Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Starr. Hey, if you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and helping us feed a hungry hippo. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up while you're watching. Today I'm going to be talking about my strategies for pricing jewelry. Earlier this week, I talked about best keywords, how to research jewelry and how to pick keywords, and how to maximize that valuable real estate in your title. If you didn't watch that video, I'll have it come up at the end and you can look at it. I did mention in that video, I am mostly self-taught when it comes to jewelry, but I did learn a lot from other resellers in the community. And when it comes to pricing jewelry, I have a basic pricing list that I use that I got from other resellers in the community. So no, I don't comp my jewelry. I just don't. There's very rare exceptions to that rule, but 99.9% of the time, I do not comp any jewelry. Like I said, I have a list, I have a pricing guide that I built myself doing research, stalking other sellers' stores, which is something I always recommend people do. And I mentioned in that other video, if you're learning a new category and you know someone who's an expert in that category, look at what they're doing. So after some conversations with some of my friends that sell jewelry, I did go look at their stores. They encouraged me to, but even if they didn't, I would have stalked. Look at me trying to wink. Once I had a basic price list built for myself, I was using it for a couple weeks and getting used to jewelry itself. I brought my list to a listing party. If you're a user of List Perfectly, you know what I'm referring to. If you're not using List Perfectly, you know I'm going to say, why aren't you? And try it for 30% off your first month with our code Flippin' Hippos. But listing parties are basically that. They're parties where resellers get together while they're working. Kind of gives you like an office space for a very lonely job. You can get together with your coworkers in a space around a water cooler. And they're themed. They go around the clock all the time. There's all different themes. There's jewelry, there's clothes, there's some that are just for fun. I do one every Wednesday for fun. We get together and we craft while we talk and learn. So I brought my list to that party and I went over it with all of the jewelry sellers that were in attendance, who were initially most of the crew that was teaching me about jewelry and got me into it in the first place. And they felt like my prices were right on par where they should be. Now, I should add that myself and those that I learn from price high. Okay. There's no reason to race to the bottom. There is no reason to undervalue your items. There is no reason not to price things high and give yourself some wiggle room. You want to run sales. You want to send offers. You want to occasionally lower prices on older items. So you want to have all of that room, but you also want to give yourself value. You want to value items at what they're worth. I trust this list of prices because they came from not only valued friends of mine in the community, but people I know what they're doing. They're seasoned resellers. They're veteran resellers. They've been selling jewelry for a long time. And so their opinions and the way they do things has value to me. I do surround myself with like-minded people, as most of us do. So let me reiterate one more time that myself and everyone I hang out with price high. When it comes to plushies, you guys know that Robert and I both price on the high side, but it's because we value ourselves. We value our time. We value our businesses. Just because you only paid 50 cents for something doesn't mean you have to sell it for only $1. You're undermining your own value. You are not putting value to your time, your efforts, building a store with feedback. All that stuff plays into it. So give things value, but respect yourself and your time as well, and price things where they should be. You don't have to go as high as I do. Like I always tell people, emulate what you want, take what you want from folks and leave the rest behind. But also don't race to the bottom. Don't trash the market and value yourself. Just keep in mind when you look at my price guides, I do tend to price on the high side. If you don't like to run sales or do offers, which I don't know why you wouldn't, you can go a little bit lower. But I wouldn't recommend that, which is why I said, I don't know why you wouldn't. Those are best business practices, and they play into that psychology of a buyer getting a deal that helps them make a decision to make a purchase. So I'm going to show you my pricing list. The one I use for myself is just a sloppily written note on a piece of paper, but I did type something up for you guys. So this is what it looks like. I mean, there's 5 basic pieces of costume jewelry: necklaces, bracelets, earrings, rings, and pendants. And that's in column A, and column B, highlighted in green, is my pricing. You'll see that there's a range. There's a range. And that's because these prices are just guidelines. They are a base price for most costume jewelry. Learning how to price jewelry without comping there's a learning curve, and you have to learn how to listen to your intuition and rely on your own experience as a reseller. You can use your experience as a reseller from pricing in other categories and knowing your product and getting to know your product. And this is a big honkin' chonkin' necklace, so it's probably worth more than a simple plain beaded rope necklace. You get to know the platforms as well, so rely on your own experiences. Most of us know you can price higher on Poshmark and Etsy than you can eBay. Poshmark buyers expect bundles and shipping discounts. I personally rely solely on my gut feelings and my own experiences when I'm listing. I stick with the base price on most pieces I list. I do go lower if it's a plain piece, or I go higher if it's very unique or very special. I also add a little bit if I think it's handcrafted. I have these wooden African themed hand carved safari pieces I put up for $50 and $60 in some cases. You can always run sales and send offers, but pricing high is your best bet. The holiday season is coming up. Folks are doing the gift giving thing, and people are being given money to spend on themselves. So pricing high is especially best this time of year as we go into Q4. But these are just base prices. So if you pull a piece of jewelry at random out of your jewelry wholesale box, just, get your photos taken. And when you're building your listing, look at it. Go with your gut instincts. For my bracelets, my base price is $15 to $20. Well, that's probably a 15er, right? Here's a nice necklace. This has multi-strands. Nice beadwork. Got 3 strands. It's pretty. My base price for necklaces is around $20. I'm thinking maybe 18 for that. Yeah, I went with my gut. I don't know that this is worth 20 plus shipping. Maybe 18, maybe even 17. But something like this bracelet, which is leather. It's a leather multi-strand bracelet with turquoise and silver tone accessories on there. It's definitely handcrafted. My base price for bracelets is 15 to 20. I'm going to go with 20 on this one just because it's leather and it is definitely handcrafted. It's a very nice piece. You can charge more for handmade, especially on Etsy from what I hear. So like this bracelet, this is pretty. So I would probably go with 15 on that. These very plain ones, like this metal bangle bracelet, what I would probably like to do is build a lot or a bundle. There's some more over there in the box. So I would grab like 5 of these or whatever you got. And then just go with my gut. Like by itself, something very plain like this, I would honestly probably do like 5 plus shipping because it's not even worth 10, I don't think. So if you had 4 of them, you could do 20 plus shipping or do, 15 plus 5 shipping or whatever you want to do. But it's really just a matter of having that base price to start with and saying, okay, this is probably a $12 bracelet. This is maybe a 20 because it's got etching. And then just going with your instinct. If you're new to reselling in general, it's going to be a little harder because you don't have years of experience as a reseller to rely on. You don't have that instinctual gut feeling for pricing that the rest of us have utilized and educated ourselves on other categories, but it is something that can be learned if you have a base price to go off of. The reason I don't comp most items, there's several reasons. I don't comp jeans anymore because I know jeans. I have a base price guide for them. I've been doing jeans for like 8 years, and I sell the same brands basically over and over. I built a volume-based bread and butter jeans business, right? So I know American Eagles are going to start at 12 plus 8 shipping. Old Navy, Glory Vanderbilt, Gap, they're all going to start at the same price. So I know my jeans. I only comp new to me brands or something I haven't seen in a long time just to make sure the market hasn't changed. Most plushies I don't comp anymore just because I know them. Jewelry, I don't know. I'm still learning jewelry. I absolutely admit that. But here's the thing. I have a list of starter prices from trusted, seasoned resellers who are not only my friends, but I respect them as small business owners. I respect their opinions and their decisions. And I know they've been doing jewelry for some time. I know they have that gut instinct to price things correctly. So I have this list from them, and then I have my own instincts and my own experience to draw upon to price the jewelry. But also, a lot of jewelry is so unique and one-off that you're not really going to find anything like it when you go to comp it. That's not always the case. Sometimes you could like Google image it and you'll find 20 things just like yours and you could comp it. But a lot of times they're not going to be exactly the same. They're going to be different, or they're going to look the same, but they're going to be real jewelry and not costume jewelry. The pricing is way different. And it can get very time consuming, and there's rabbit holes you can go down. And I just don't want to be a time waster. I want to have the best processes and this best speed at listing as possible. So this is what I do. The exceptions are if an item actually has a brand name on it that I've never seen before. I want to kind of check and see if I can't find that exact piece of jewelry, because again, they're very unique. I'll look at all of Chico's necklaces on eBay or all of Cold Creek necklaces and see what folks are doing with them and go from there. I saw Cookie Lee for the first time a couple weeks ago. Now I just kind of have in my mind when I see Cookie Lee, I know what to do. The one piece of advice I would give you, and I got this from my friend Dawn, paparazzi jewelry is actually good quality. It's the name of that jewelry that can draw it down. So he actually leaves paparazzi out of the title and prices a little bit higher than other people do on paparazzi, and then relies on his really good keywords, his 100% feedback, you know, his reputation as a seller, and his good photos to sell them. So I will add that these prices do not include shipping. So our strategy for shipping is thus: for all of our eBay listings on jewelry, if the piece of jewelry weighs 1 to 4 ounces, we add $4.99 flat rate. If it's a honkin' chonkin' and it weighs over 4 ounces, like 5 to 8 ounces, we will do a flat shipping rate of $5.49. We also have a shipping discount set up on our store. If buyers buy 2 or more of an item, they get a flat rate of $7 shipping. I have that set up only for my jewelry and comic categories because they're lightweight. On Mercari listings, I add $5 to my price. So if this is a $15 necklace, I'm listing it on Mercari for $20. I add a flat $5 to all of my prices on Mercari, and then I offer free shipping on that platform, and I print my labels on Pirate Ship. They have really great rates for ground, just like eBay, sometimes even a little bit less. It's a little more time consuming to print your own label and put that tracking number into Mercari, but I have found through research recently that I feel the best bet for Mercari is free shipping. And Poshmark listings, sometimes you just have to throw something at the wall and see what sticks. Sometimes I stick with the actual price I want. Sometimes I'll lower it by $5. You have to keep in mind that Poshmark buyers are paying $7.97 in addition to what you're charging. So if you think this is a $20 bracelet and you're going to add $5 shipping, that's a $25 bracelet. If you put this for $20 on Poshmark, they're looking at 28. They're going to expect offers and shipping discounts. So you have to take all that into effect. So your pricing strategy on Poshmark is going to be much different than other platforms. We personally do not list on Etsy. I don't know how to go about the best way there, free shipping or not. Most of my friends do say they charge shipping on Etsy, and they list items a lot higher over there than anywhere else, especially vintage pieces and handmade pieces. Okay. So here's the exciting thing. I want to give you this piece of paper. It's not a piece of paper. It's a spreadsheet. I want to give you guys this. So I've saved it in the spreadsheet form, and I've saved a PDF version. And I'm going to just let you guys have them for free. You can download them from the same place I sell my guides from. So it'll look like you're going over there to buy a guide, but the cost will be $0. And the reason I'm going to give you both spreadsheet and the PDF version, the PDF version is really good to have on your phone. It's good on your computer as well to just get a quick glance at prices and go from there. But on your phone, PDF is good to have when you're out and about. If you see a piece at the market, what am I, 80? If you see a piece at the market, you know, you can kind of look at the guide and see if it's worth it. Most of us buy our jewelry in bulk, but the spreadsheet I'm going to give you as well, because if you save the spreadsheet to your either Microsoft Excel, or you can save it to Google Docs as a Google spreadsheet, you can add your own notes to it. So if you save your copy you get from me to your Google Drive, this is the Google spreadsheet, you can add in red writing real silver and put a new price, or down here on Etsy, you can add whatever notes you want on Etsy, because you sell on Etsy and I don't. You can add your own shipping notes here if you do free shipping. But I like giving people the spreadsheets, even with my guides that I sell. I give people the PDF version, which is easier to have on your phone to just look at a glance. And I give you the spreadsheet version because you can add your own notes. So I'm going to put the link down below. It's a send now link. So when you go to it, it will take you to here. I'm going to show you. It's going to take you right here to Starr's costume jewelry prices. See the $0? You'll say buy now, and it'll prompt you to either download it or it'll email it to you. So that will be in the description box down below. I'm going to have the keywords for jewelry video over here. And I had a Macari video. I talked about the shipping and all that on Macari in more depth last week. I'll have that pop up. They'll go somewhere. They'll be somewhere. But that is really my basic pricing strategy. I don't comp my jewelry at all, but there's no real secret to it. The secret sauce is in talking to other resellers and looking what other people are doing, and then going over my list with other sellers and seeing if they all agree, and taking into account that we charge shipping. And that's all included on that sheet for you. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to join my Facebook group. Go get your copy of the prices. Go watch about the keywords. That's important too. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye. Bye.